All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So tonight's game, Thursday Night Football, Week 16, Jacksonville Jaguars at the New York Jets. To me, this is the game where the Jets have got to be clicking on all cylinders. All cylinders. We're coming down to the end of the season here. The Jets are in the middle of a playoff race. I know right now we're on the outside looking in. It's not only just a huge game for the Jets, but also the Jacksonville Jaguars as well, because the Titans keep losing, the Jaguars keep winning. Ryan Tannehill just went down with an injury, and the Jaguars right now are literally one game back from the AFC South. One game back. So we are going to be getting Jacksonville's best shot here. Again, short week. It's going to be bad weather. I get that. Cold, rainy. But look, the New York Jets, they're still alive. They're mathematically alive in the playoff chase. I don't want to see bad punts. I don't want to see dropped passes. I don't want to see poor use of clock management. I don't want to see incompletions and interceptions and just sloppy football, penalties, fumbles, mistakes that kill games. I don't want to see that stuff. Not at all. The stakes are too high. Now, I'll say this. If the Jets happen to lose tonight to Jacksonville, they're still technically not out of it. We'd have to wait until Sunday, to see what happens with the Packers and the Dolphins and what's going on with the Patriots and everything like that. But man, it's going to hurt. If the Jets lose this game tonight, as far as like mathematical odds, that stuff pretty much puts the Jets at a really slim shot of getting back in. So I want to look like a playoff team. And again, I know it's bad weather. I know the over-under is not that high. And I know the Jaguars are playing some great ball. But I don't want to see some half-assed, lackluster performance on a short week. I want the Jets to come out with fire, with intensity, show everybody, primetime football, the whole world's going to be watching, show everybody why the Jets deserve to be in the playoffs. I know there's not a college committee here with the CFB playoffs, but play like your hair's on fire. And we look at the Jaguars roster right now, they are banged up. No Cam Robinson at left tackle, no Trevon Walker, number 1 overall pick. Those two blows are going to hurt. Also, no Foley Fatukasi, ex-Jet, not going to be playing. Okay, so the Jags are going to be down a couple of key pieces. The Jets are going to be at home. I look at this game as a must-win. From the offensive side of the football, I really want to see consistency from Zach Wilson, right? I felt like last week against the Lions, the crazy highlight types of plays, those are flat out awesome to watch, right? The highlight, just, roll out third and longs, 4th and 18s, just chuck it deep and somebody comes down with it. That stuff's totally cool. But for me, I want to see Zach, and I hate to keep bringing this up. I feel like everybody talks about this, Saleh, Mike LaFleur included. I feel like a broken record, but, can Zach Wilson get consistent with the easy stuff? The screens, the slants, the wide open throws, that's where Zach struggles. And it's looking like it's going to be pretty rainy. So I don't know how much throwing the Jets are actually going to be doing realistically. But in those throws, in those moments, can Zach Wilson just not necessarily just manage the game, but just look competent, right? Just ride the wave of consistency, not too high, not too low. But one thing I do want to point out, I think one explosive play, if the Jets can nail that one explosive play in tonight's game, I think that could be the difference. Given the weather, given the Vegas prediction as far as like an over odds, I know they're not 100% accurate all the time, but it's looking like it's going to be a pretty low scoring affair here. So that one chunk play, that one 40-yard play, that 50-yard play could be the difference maker. Whether it's a touchdown, whether it's a field goal, doesn't matter. I think one explosive play could give the Jets or Jacksonville the leg up here. Now, as far as the Jets' defense is concerned, I think they match up pretty well with what Jacksonville has to offer. But man, Trevor Lawrence has been absolutely on fire these past 6 games. He's completed 157 passes, over 223 attempts, over 1,600 passing yards, 14 touchdowns to 1 interception. Those numbers are elite right there. Trevor Lawrence is playing out of his mind, not turning the football over, not putting it in harm's way, not making stupid decisions with the football. Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, both guys have been performing really well as of late. And then another guy who I feel like is nobody's really talking about him that much, like national media wise. It's Evan Ingram. He's quietly having one of the better seasons of his career. 61 catches, over 600 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns. He definitely looks like a key piece, a key gear in Jacksonville's offense. And yes, the Jets defense overall have done a pretty good job of covering tight ends this season, but Evan Ingram's a guy who you don't want to overlook, right? Jacksonville, creative play caller Doug Peterson, creative offense overall. I really like the core foundation that Jacksonville has in place. I do feel like it's going to take them another offseason to really be a threat. Just one more free agency period, another draft in the books. I feel like that's when Jacksonville's really going to, turn onto the scene, much like the Jets did this year. And if Trevor keeps ascending, this team could be a powerhouse in the next couple of seasons. But on paper, I think the Jets match up well. Looking at DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner going up against Kirk and Jones, I think schematically speaking as well, we should limit the deep ball, especially in bad weather. We should take the deep parts of the field away. So I'm hoping for some underneath stuff, and then just to have the safeties come up, the linebackers, everybody moving well in space, identifying what Jacksonville's trying to do. And I think all in all, this is a winnable game for the Jets. We talked about the Jaguars' injuries before, and I know Jacksonville's going to be coming out and throwing their best punch. But you know what? The Jets have got to do the same. I know it's at this point considered a long shot to make the playoffs, and I don't want to look weeks ahead saying that the Jets have got to go 3-0 and the Dolphins have got to do this and the Patriots have got to do that. Ravens have got to do that. All these different scenarios, you can only really take it 1 week at a time, for the coaches and the players. But you just got to lock in. One day, Thursday Night Football, the rest is going to take care of itself. You can't control any of it. You just control the product that you put out on the field, and I don't want to see mistakes. That's my biggest thing. Consistent, level-headed football. Not too high, not too low, no stupid decisions. And I think in the end, the Jets will walk away victorious if that is the case. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. I actually had to make this preview video a little shorter than usual, running late for work. But anyway, I'll catch you guys tonight. Recap video coming up late tonight. And as always, go Jets.